Howdy, y'all.
Ohio gozaimasu, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. Today, we're going to do the same thing we do about every day, Matt. Talk about Japanese maples.
It's time, it's maple time. Let's go, y'all. We got some crazy maples, some amazing conifers in this house. We got all types of gold. Let's get into it a little bit. Right over here to Tim's left, we got Acer Shirasawadam Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. This is an Acer Shirasawadam that leaves out with a really unique color, like a bronzing color to it. And then you get this lighter lime green color. It is outstanding for a new Acer Shirasawadam selection by our good friend Carl Munn.
So you're going more 50s. I'd go more Blue Moon of Kentucky. Whatever. All right, we got it. Awesome tree. Here in a little bit, this one is going to be neon orange, y'all. If you give it some sun when it first leaves out, also neon orange.
And if you come to one of our open houses, these are 10 gallons. So these are things that you can pick up in person of Acer Shirasawadam Blue Moon.
All right, we got to talk about some of this funkiness going on over here. What do we got, Tim?
Guys, we got a dwarf redwood called Little Stan.
I stand this tree.
It gives you everything you love about the redwoods out in California that you just love. But this thing right here, tight, kind of bluish in color, really, really dense and slow growing.
It's a tiny giant. All right, let's do this. Next up, guys, this is getting a little fall color here. I've had this be some of my favorite fall color of anything. These are Greg's variegated in some 7 gallons. One of my favorite oaks, showy as all get out. When this gets to its peak fall color, it looks like it is plugged into the wall. It is glowing.
Guys, this is a red oak. So when this is out in the ground, it gives you a better fall color than it does when it's in a container. But these 7 gallons are the ones you can see for pickup at Mr. Maple. A variegated red oak, that is spectacular.
All right, man, what do we got up here in 2s?
Guys, we got Sweet Lorraine.
Oh, Sweet Lorraine in 2s?
Sweet Lorraine
too. So, man, we saw out of these in 1s. Guys, we're bringing Sweet Lorraine in 2 gallons. This is a variegated, reticulated lace leaf that is pink. That's right.
It's basically like a Ghost series, but it's a lace leaf and it's weeping. Pretty spectacular. Give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun to really keep that reticulation longer on throughout the season. But a nice slow growing lace leaf to fit in a container or the small places in your garden. Guys, right here we got us a Ginkgo biloba Autumn Gold.
One of the best male ginkgos out there. Autumn Gold, nice upright. The original one's on the University of Chapel Hill's campus.
Go Tar Heels.
I have literally about wrecked going through that campus and seeing this one in peak fall color. Maybe we'll get down there and video it one day. Incredible plant. Nice upright male, fast growing. One of the more, I would say, quintessential male ginkgos in the trade.
Yeah, and you know, oddly enough, I started at UNC Chapel Hill, finished up at Western Carolina, go Catamounts. But I got to walk through almost every single day at school, and on my way to class, see this tree, appreciate this tree, and when it's in fall and football season, people will just go out there and take photos with us.
Everybody goes nuts with this. It glows. This thing, if you know ginkgos, and they hit that fall, when they get that peak fall color, there's really nothing else quite like it.
It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the old well if you're in Chapel Hill, and it is outstanding.
You can walk too if you want. You don't have to do all that. A lot of cool plants in here, y'all. More ginkgos. There's ginkgos galore in here. We've got Ginkgo biloba Magyar, another awesome upright male. Now, these are shipping right now on MrMaple.com. You know, Tim and I are some big old boys. Check out this big old boy.
Magyar is one of those trees that grows upward, and it has a really dense shape to it. For years, this is a patented selection of ginkgo because it has such a great shape, and it's a grafted male clone, an excellent tree to use in the landscape.
You're too young for comics in the newspaper, probably, but I think of Hagar the Horrible.
For Magyar?
Yeah, he's like a Viking.
All right, guys.
That was funny.
Right here, we got some Cryptomeria twinkle toes. Now, you put this in your garden, your toes are going to be twinkling because this thing is a small little dwarf. It's a yellow conifer. It gives you some evergreen interest, but it really will put that twinkle in your eye.
Tim's wife's pet name for him, Twinkle Toes, right here. You can have one on Mr. Maple. Lots of awesome ginkgo. Let's talk about Fairmont. There's some big sizes in Ginkgo biloba Fairmont.
Y'all, Fairmont selected from Fairmont Park in Pennsylvania. Same place where Tiny Tim was found, the broom. This is a ginkgo that was selected there for having a narrow shape.
Awesome compact habit of this one, but more upright. And all the branches kind of are narrow and upright. I wouldn't say it's completely columnar, but it's very upright and very narrow in its overall approach to it. Awesome when it gets that golden yellow fall color all over this plant. If you don't have the space for an autumn gold, think about a Fairmont. Great plant to be growing.
So guys, we got some 2 gallons of Fuka Nagashi.
Ooh.
Fukunagashi. This is a rare selection from Japan, brought over about 2008. It has an elongated lunar lobum style foliage, real wispy in the wind, but this is a plant that is real unique and different. Some of those lobes of the leaves can twist and curl a little bit on this tree, giving it a little bit extra and something unique.
Yeah, it almost looks thinner. I mean, it's kind of got that fairy hair-like quality to it because the noting's so close. It gives it a very wispy, whimsical look to it. It also gets to a bright cherry red here in the fall, so it's about to get to some real peak colors. The bark is actually a little darker as well, giving Fukunagashi a very chocolate-colored bark to it. Awesome plant to be growing. Oh, he's switching it up.
Guys, right here we got an Acer rufinerve erythrocladum. This is a mouthful to say, but it's a beautiful snake bark Japanese maple where you get orange on the bark with white striations.
Oh, this one's fun. Now, it's going to have that big snake bark style foliage. You get some funky samaras. When these seed, the seeds hang down in tassel-like flowers, which I love about snake barks. But why are they called snake barks? Because of that funky bark, y'all. And this one has the orange to go with it. Incredible plant, lights up the winter garden. Give your snake barks excellent drainage. They don't want to be in boggy or wet feet. And keep away from Tim's Frog exhibits. All right, over here, y'all, we're getting a little fall color on these Acer Japonicum Akamote. These things are lighting up. Now, this is a Japonicum that brings a little bit of red, even in the spring, peaking in that fall color early, though. Check out those Akamotes, y'all.
AKA Ruby Red, AKA Ruby, AKA people call it a Shirasawa, some people call it a Japonicum. We classify as that Japonicum. It gives you that ruby red, new color, new growth. Akamote, the original name from Japan, awesome selection. Gives you something unique with an Acer Japonicum, that bigger leaves, but check out that fall color.
Oh, dude, let's talk about these fairy hair over here.
Dude, this looks like hair on the legs of a fairy.
All right, Joe. This one is a stringy, elongated. Soon this green will go to a neon pink red. Go watch our full highlight breakdown of fairy hair. We show you the very first two graphs at Buckholtz and Buckholtz Nursery. We filmed those. We didn't know they were going to be our plants. I'll be honest with you. We bought the nursery after that. We had no idea we were going after that. Incredible stringy fairy hair here. Don't think about the hairs on anybody's legs for this one. That's a weird way to describe it. I'm out on that one. We got Takinagawa, y'all, and we got some fall on our Takinagawa starting.
It's fall, y'all, and Acer Japonicum Takinagawa brings it in the fall with excellent fall color. It is a classic Japanese maple selection of a full moon Japanese maple. Very typical, probably one of the most typical leaves that you'd think you'd find growing out wild in Japan. If you're looking for something that's more of that traditional wild Japonicum look no further than Takinagawa.
It's a good one if you like that kind of thing. Let's see what else we got.
Guys, right here, we got some Hanasukasa in 2 gallons.
Guys, this one's rare in ones. We sell out of it quick in ones. This one is a beautiful pink spring display. One of my favorites. Now, this one's going to be much more durable than Taylor or Marlowe, but still give you a lot of that bright pink.
Selected by Yataka Tanaka at Tsukasa Maple. Brought a Tsukasa Silhouette, Hanamatoi. A lot of classic, especially variegated trees. I mean, Rikuzen Shidari is one of his weeping styles. A lot of amazing plants come out of that nursery. And Hanasukasa to me is one of the best of the variegated Japanese maples.
Man, let's keep going. We got conifers up here, y'all. We got some trident maples. Let's talk about these. These are hitting a little bit of fall color right now. Guys, check out these Mino Yatsubusas.
Y'all, Mino Yatsubusa to me is one of the best fall colors on any of the trident maples, infused with yellows and oranges. But in the springtime, you get bronze coloration. It's pretty much like a Kamagata lace leaf version of a trident maple. It rocks it and brings it out there in the garden.
Great for the container garden, great for bonsai, great for the garden in general. This one has that elongated foliage, almost looks like I think of almost like bird footprints. It's got a crazy little look to it. Such a fun plant, compact, dense, heat tolerant, durable. It's everything you want in a plant. And here in a few weeks, this thing is even going to be more of a bold orange, really lighting up the show.
All right. So guys, right here, let's talk about a conifer. We got Sparkling Arrow.
Whew, one of my favorite conifers. This was an introduction by Buckholtz and Buckholtz as well. Go check out that walkthrough, man. I just can't recommend it enough. There is one of these in that display garden that is probably close to 30 foot now. It is the original. It's one of the peak conifers I've ever seen.
Now plant this next to a Twinkle Toes and start yourself a shiny conifer collection. Sparkling Arrow, it is one of those trees that stays tall, narrow. It's got that white variegation. It grabs your attention when it's young, but as this tree ages and matures, the specimen just becomes more and more amazing with its narrow shape and its dense habit.
Yeah, that vertical interest in the garden gives you a monument feel. and it just brings kind of just a sense of awe to it. Now, this is a sport found on green arrow, which is already an awesome plant. Sparkling arrow, I don't know how you beat that. That's probably one of my favorite all-time conifers.
It's pretty spectacular. But right here, we've got Whistle's saguaro.
It ain't Whistling Dixie, but I can say saguaro still. This one is an amazing plant. Now, what makes these great, guys, these are grafted to a disease-resistant rootstock, which is excellent. By grafting that disease-resistant rootstock, it makes us able to grow them here in the South. If you did these as a rooted cutting, I'm gonna be honest, forget about it. They will not do well in the Deep South as a rooted cutting, but as a tree grafted to disease-resistant rootstock, they make excellent specimens.
And that's true with all Chamaecyparis lawsoniana. Whistle saguaro, though, it grows upwards and has cathedrals that stick out like a saguaro cactus. You know, I'm struggling saying that saguaro, but this is a plant you won't struggle growing in the garden because it is on that disease-resistant rootstock.
I just say saguaro and forget it. Thought it was like Sbarro, like the pizza place in the mall. All right, guys, look at this one here. This one will leave you wanting more breadsticks. Look at this. We got some gossamers.
As Matt says, there ain't anything more awesomer than a gossamer in the fall. Check out this yellow infused with red.
Oh man, these things are nuts, y'all. Great size, 2 gallons, bringing them back to MrMaple. I love this one. It just really brings it. And when it gets those shades of red with the yellow underneath it, man, I don't know if there's anything better for fall color. That is one of my all-time favorites.
As we're walking through here, there's some Meku Jaku starting fall color, some Bronze Age. Guys, right here we got some Autumn Moon in 3 gallons. There's so many cool conifers in this place. I mean, as you just look around here, you start seeing more and more cool conifers. Oh.
Hey guys, check out this Pieris Temple Bells.
Now, Temple Bells is a Japanese Andromeda. It gets loaded with blooms, and the Japanese Andromedas are so famous for really giving you some of that evergreen interest out in the landscape, but then adding that bloom interest as well. Great to pair with Japanese maples. Morning sun, afternoon shade really gives them the best growth rate. But Temple Bells, an excellent tree to add to traditional Japanese gardening, and it'll give you some really nice white blooms.
Guys, look at the size of these 3s right now as well. Excellent. Check those out on MrMaple. Wanted to showcase those for a quick second.
Guys, right here we've got a white pine called Merrimack. This is a Pinus strobus. Dense round ball shape, really dense. Cool little evergreen to add in the garden with longer needles.
Incredible. Guys, don't look at this purple curl right here. Don't look at that. That one's going to my garden. Don't even look at it. Over here.
So if we're looking over here, guys, check out. We've got some Picea orientalis Tom Thumb.
Oh, I love this one. This is a compact, dense broom that really brings it. We put these on a little bit of a standard, kind of keeps that 3x3 ball shape to it, and it puts it up there a little bit higher up.
Yeah, and it gives you that tight, dense yellow color in a small space. As being on a standard, it gives you that sort of lollipop feel. Excellent to get this tree up to give it some airflow because this is a slow-growing conifer. Give it a little more airflow for a small, slow-growing dwarf. But awesome tree to add in the landscape to give you a little bit of vertical on some of those dwarfs.
Now give that one a little bit of sun, you'll pick up the yellows. Guys, check it out. Y'all are always wanting bigger sizes. Well, we're trying to do it. We keep bringing them back. Check out these Makawas in 2 gallons, y'all.
Y'all, Makawa Yatsubusa, one of our favorite Japanese maples, the very first maple of the year from the North American branch of the Maple Society. This tree has a tightly layering habit. It gives you that comical, lively, animal-like feel out there in the garden. One of our favorite Japanese maples, and it's easy to grow.
It's funny how you'll have trees in the same greenhouse. This one hadn't even started fall. We've got a few things already dropped leaf. We've got things like that gossamer already in fall color. They're all in the same greenhouse and the same watering system. It's just interesting how it works. These will be a bold orange with accents of red and yellow soon. Just puts on an amazing winter display. Everybody knows Makawa and loves it, but we're working to bring them to you in bigger sizes, y'all. Great for the container garden. One of our toughest Japanese maples we grow, and perfect for if somebody says, I want a bonsai. Man, Makawa does it itself.
Guys, I can't walk by these green penguins without talking about them. This is a great tree to get kids into gardening. It grows upwards like a little penguin. It's green, excellent name, slow-growing dwarf, 3 feet tall, 1.5 feet wide in 10 years. Awesome little evergreen to add out there in the garden.
Hey, my sister-in-law already has her Christmas decorations up. She's one of those people. You can throw some bows on this one, y'all. It's a perfect little Christmas tree. So for that member in your family that brings Christmas out in October, we got some green penguins for you.
And use this as a Christmas tree in those railroad gardens, those fairy gardens. Awesome way to add that holiday interest.
Man, there's a lot of things hiding out in here, y'all. There's some really great plants. Now, we've got Cedrus atlantica fastigiata.
Fastigiata, we always said fastigata for years, and then we realized, man.
I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
Have any of y'all ever done that? There's so many plants labeled fastigiata.
There's like 5 people in the comment section said, y'all been doing it the whole time, because we get corrected a lot. We try our best.
But this tree has that narrow shape, that blue atlas color. So it gives you that soft powder blue color out there in the landscape, but it makes a large tree out there in the garden.
All right, you want to show them the hedgehogs?
Oh yeah.
We got some hedgehogs, y'all.
Put your hedgehog out there next to your green penguin. Start yourself an animal garden with the peve starfish.
Put a red panda beside it.
Oh yeah, yeah. This tree, slow growing dwarf. Again, it's a Cedrus albanii, tight dense. Make sure you give them good drainage. All the cedruses want to make sure you have the good drainage. But hedgehog, this is a unique, small, slow growing dwarf that's really going to add a lot to that small conifer garden.
All right, what's this little pine up here, Tim?
Looks like we've got Tempelhof. And this is a dense Japanese white pine. The Japanese white pines add a lot to the garden. I love their blue-green needles. They're closer related to our native Pinus strobus here in western North Carolina, but this is the Japanese version. It gives you a little more blue color to the needle, but they also give that unique sort of bonsai-like shape as they develop.
Oh, I love those shapes. Now, here's one of my favorite blues. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about baby blue ice. One of my favorite blues. You get that frosted blue approach to it, and right next to Snow White.
Yeah.
Pair these two together. That's a fun pairing. You got baby blue ice and Snow White.
That is pretty awesome. You can put Snow White in part of your mythical garden if you saw our mythical, and have all these amazing plants. Snow White, this is a Chamaecyparis lawsoniana, again grafted on disease-resistant rootstock to make it easy for you to grow in the garden.
We got so many cool conifers coming back this fall and winter. We hope you'll be signing up for our weekly 10 at 10s. We're always trying to add new and exciting plants to our lineup. Our 10 at 10s have been happening on every Tuesday at 10. We've been dropping some Thursdays as well. Y'all have really been receptive to that and enjoyed it. This is kind of a little bit of a preview. Some of these things are already on our website. Some of these things are to come. So if you didn't see something on our website currently, you can always sign up to get notified when it's back in stock.
Smash that like button before you leave. Make sure you subscribe to the Mr. Maple Show on your favorite podcast platform, on this YouTube channel as well, and subscribe to our weekly emails where you'll figure out the 20 trees getting listed each every Tuesday and also some Thursdays.
Guys, we really appreciate your support. MrMaple.com is an independent plant place. We don't have to answer to anybody. We don't have to answer to any of the big brands. We kind of just do whatever we want here, and it's all because of you guys. You're the ones we answer to. We really appreciate y'all tuning into our channel, continuing to support us, and shopping with us on MrMaple.com.
So take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.